Mush on the red side versus Cheese Mode on the blue side. And let's have a look at the splits.
Are we going to see the Prototype and also the Guardian Toad as well going up the mid with Hibify following from behind? The rest of Cheese Mode are going to go on the inside of the keep, of course. No one really going for that range. They're going to jump on Prototype as soon as possible. They know that that's probably a key target to take. He's already had to go into Plague Form down to about 40% HP, and the focus is real. Toad coming out for that defense as well. Really good job from him. Purple Kazes is also going to come in.
Nice
and
Red Shadow Refuge there. Really, the entire Mush team is gathering up to protect their Necro. So the early engage might have brought a couple of cooldowns, but no downstates yet. Tompact in the meanwhile kept the midpoint secure, already down to half HP. Quick burst could possibly mean his end, but he's able to rotate off point. Maybe a bit risky to move that far away from the team, and is moving towards Ilt. Going to the downstate. Do we have enough damage? No, Frey's just trying to keep him down, but the rest is secure from Ilt. Syndrina in the meanwhile chasing Kazer through the entire map, as it looks. A little bit off point now, moving back to the team. It is always risky. You can try and move off the point just to get a little bit of pressure off you, but if they keep chasing you... Oh, really?
Yep, Chieftain, he pulled him all the way, much like Fake did. We've been seeing that a lot more recently, so the point holder is actually being fairly useful, and as that mid-fight kind of evolves, look at them moving over towards the mine. Now we're going to see What's Up Frez going over there with Hibify, and also Drazir switching over, as the red team have got the midpoint, but that's a good move from Cheese Mode, actually. They knew they weren't going to win that, so they slowly started moving over, although Kazis has been caught in some cleave. He is being res. He's just going to retreat out of there with Withdraw, of course, and then he's going to get some more focus damage down. Syndranir, who's just gone down into the downstate, he's gonna have some cleave coming out there, a lot of damage on his body. He is going to go out of this fight, and Kazis trying to get on the point to get decap. Toad's quickly on there as well, and Drazir needs to be careful here. A lot of focus damage down on Ilt. He's down to about 10% HP. He might go down here. The poison condition's going to tick over. He's going to go into the downstate as well. Syndranir out of the fight. The rest comes out. Oh, the knockback from the air attunement as well. He's gone into Vapor Form. He's back on node. Only a tiny bit of HP. No, he's not going to get the res.
Oh, Toad almost died there. We had the supply crate drop. Lots of damage on Hibify. Tompact came in from the side. We have Prototype in there. Toad gone down. That is very unfortunate. All the possible support and the possible res capabilities of a Guardian taken out in the team fight. And we do have a decap on mid. Syndrina moved for the decap on the Henge. So we are going to see swap points. If Kaze isn't quick enough, doesn't quite look like he is, although the teleport capabilities of a thief are never to be underestimated. There we go, on point, good engage on Syndrina there, and might actually, with that engage, win the team fight, but we have a little bit of a reset. He is on point, the cap hasn't gone through, currently advantage going over to the side of Cheese Mode, accumulating points just with the midpoint cap.
Yeah, Kazis did a lot of damage as he came in, and do you see how many might stacks? He had 13 might stacks, which was quite significant. And over on the mine, we got a bit of a 3v2 situation. Ilt is on the node as well. He's just gone into downstate. Toad won't be far behind. Feels like red team need to maybe just think about leaving this point at the moment. I know they're trying to get it back, but they're in that 3v2 situation on their spawn. Maybe sending Prototype over towards the Henge would be a good idea, but we do have Syndranir at the moment in downstate to Kazir with Tompact trying to get that res, maybe trying to get some damage down on Purple Kazir. He goes into the downstate. We've got a bit of a race to try and get out. The banner comes out for Kazir. He's okay, and we are going to see Syndranir back up as well with that res from Tompact.
Oh, Syndrina may be a bit too aggressive there. Tries to get the first hit on while he's still stealth on Kaze, and didn't really have his stuff readied up and didn't really line up his abilities properly. Now being chased himself. 1k HP might go down on the side, and we have the blue team completely relaxed and doing a chieftain. Two people now saving or redistributing towards the point to keep those safe, and the entire team fight has moved towards the Henge. Now is the time for Lipion and, well, not anymore Kazer to disengage, but he gets caught out. So now 2 players down, the possibility for Mush to just overrun the midpoint and take advantage of that fact.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm Mr. T there.
It's all good. We know what you're talking Yeah, Syndrome is having a couple of problems. He did better towards the end of that fight, taking Kazuya's down. I think there was a little bit of cleave damage there. They're just trying to get on the point now at mid to try and get this decap with what was up Frez going, just staying on no. Syndrome going down there actually. We were told quick back up there to get that res. We do have 3 or 4 members of Cheese Mode here though to get some knockbacks. The Aerotumen again from the Elementalist, big backdraft coming up there, updraft sorry. And Syndrome is not going to get res. They need to be careful here. Toad was going quite low on HP, so was Ilt as well, and going for that res, so not a good idea, just leaving down. And also Tear Prototype going into Plague Form, which is never a good thing, because most of the time that means that he's going to go down. He's got some conditions on him as well. He's going to be coming out of that shortly, and when he does, he is going to go down, and we have him in the down state as well. So Team Champignon at the moment,
they are
not doing too well.
Yeah, they are retreating, and nice work here from Cheese Mode to they didn't have the manpower in that to really take out one of the big targets. So they just went for the immediate pressure on the Thief, taking him down, and then Mush just overcommitted to getting Syndrome back up. With that, they sacrificed so many cooldowns, got so much damage in their faces, that even though in the beginning they were 2 players down, Cheese Mode still managed to completely win this team fight. Just straight up, no problems. Toad gone down now in the midst of the points, so no real problem with the aggression in the next couple of seconds. 2 people going for the mine, but we do have Cheese Mode just falling back 3 people. Well, being aggressive since it's the far point.
Indeed. I mean, at the moment, really, I mean, what we said earlier about like not having that early, it feels like we've got more damage, especially with the Thief as well. So for Cheese Mode, they're actually finishing off these fights quite well, even though Team Champignon are quite bunkery. I mean, if you think about 2 Elementalists in those builds and also the Guardian, really Syndrome and Tear Prototype always going to be prime targets. But Cheese Mode seems to have a lot more independent kind of Condi cleanse, but they're actually, you know, the movement from Champignon at the moment is kind of predictable and kind of too safe. And Cheese Mode have it covered in these 2 nodes at the moment, and they're getting these boss kills as well, which is quite significant, and that's really put them, you know, 50, 75 points ahead, because we've had,
now
we've
200.
had 3 kills. Yeah. I mean, that with those boss kills, sorry, it's been 75 points. I don't think Red Team have got one yet, so you know, it's quite significant. We've got that decap at mid, but it feels like it's going to be a bit too late, and this game is actually going to be quite a quick one for Cheese Mode.
Yeah. 200 points advantage now on the side of Cheese Mode. That is, I mean, we have seen Champignon come back from maybe I think 150 points last week on this map, or was it a weekly cup? Too many cups, I lose track. But I think 200 might be a bit of a tall order, especially if we have a look at how the game has been going so far. But they are going for it. They have gotten the decap on the midpoint. Now the aggression towards the mine, maybe a bit quick of Syndrome to disengage again, because we have Kazuya on there. If Syndrome gets Kazuya quick enough, although the decap is coming through, midpoint, however, cleared up again for Cheese Mode. Prototype on the ledge, on the high ground of the keep, trying to get some damage down without being caught out against Fredina. But actually he takes almost more damage than Drazik coming in, going down, and we do have the Plague Form Stomp. Plague Form Stomp not coming through. Do we have a stealth? Looks like it.
Over on the Henge nick as well, we actually had Hibify versus Tompak just on that, under that kind of archway on the way to Henge. Hibify did take Tompak down because he was quite low on HP, and just as that was happening, Toad came in to possibly get the res, but Lypion did a nice rotation over towards the Henge as well. Hibify, that communication is really on key for Cheese Mode at the moment, and now they're in a 2v1 situation with Toad, and Toad is in the right place. Unfortunately, getting immobilized just off point wasn't too good, just a bit unlucky there, because I think he was trying to line the sight, and Hibify is going to knock him back with that rifle 4, and we are going to have Tompak coming in as well, but he's just going to die quite quickly, to be honest. And Red Team, even though they do have map control of 1 node, still 27 points till Cheese Mode win. It's not looking good, especially because Drazzy is about to get that mid-cap.
They could just easily go for one of the creatures now. But they don't even have to. They get the mid-cap back. The fight has been kind of falling apart there. So now they would, if they hadn't gotten the mid-cap, they would have the luxury of just going for both creatures. And if you get one of them, I mean, it doesn't matter. if the red team would have gotten the other one. However, now just getting it through. Capture points 500 to 300. Champignon with kind of a last bit of strength at the end there, making up quite a bit of points, but not enough to get the win here. First points go over to Cheese Mode.
Indeed. Pretty good game for Cheese Mode. But you know what? I don't think this is Champignon's map. I just don't think it is. I think we've seen lose on this map quite a lot, haven't we? Pretty sure. Like they lose the first game and then suddenly they'll come back with vengeance, you know. But against Cheese Mode, it's going to be tough. I mean, this was last week's ESL Weekly Cup final, and Cheese Mode were all over them. All right, it was a different lineup, but yeah, we're just going to be waiting for a moment for a bit of a restart from these guys. So we'll have to just wait for a minute or so. So yeah, first game done. Cheese Mode 1, Mush, i.e. or AKA, Team Champignon. I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Pretty much. Yeah, with
no pronunciation of the end of the word.
I have to say,
whatsoever.
I mean, we've seen a lot of double Ellie nowadays. Purple Smokers are playing it. The double Ellies are just all over the place. Has been going pretty strong on the NA side of things, anyways. But just from a perspective of a thief, I have to say, double warrior can be ridiculously annoying. Just all the CC you get in a team fight, you're just almost unable to engage at all. And I feel like when he your camp is sorted somewhat.
Oh, okay.
I can't really make it much better.
I'm in 8-bit mode. I don't know why. My connection must be rubbish. It must be Sundays, I tell you. People just go on the internet.
Yeah.
Come and watch Guild Wars 2 though. That's fine.
I mean, I just think that Mush has put a little bit too much effort into getting their thief back up when he went down. It's just overcommitment there. You lose too much if you try and get a thief in just a mass of cleave.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, pardon me. And Syndron is having some problems with. I think he got better actually throughout that game. I mean, he's having some lag issues as well. I think so. That might be something to do with it. So that he's actually the one who's had to restart his PC. So yeah, that could be a bit of the issue. Kazes is playing really well actually. I don't think I've always noticed him. You know what I mean? You know when you notice a player a little bit more. Like I didn't notice Prototype as much as we did last time, or in the ESL Weekly Cup or the last cup. But I noticed Kazes probably the most, as well as Hibify actually, because Hibify played pretty well. Going over to the Henge, getting that decap towards the end of the game, killing Tompak, and then Toad kind of running in, you know, a bit panic play, kind of jumping off node accidentally. There was a couple of mistakes from Champignon, and I think, pardon me, it does feel like the first game is like they need a warm-up game, or it's like pressure or something like that that kind of gets to them, because they're not a bad team at all. We've seen them come into the tournaments recently and just absolutely smack it. They're doing them pretty damn well. So yeah, I'm just wondering, maybe that was a bit of a warm-up, but Cheese Mode, you know, they're a good team and they're doing
There are a
pretty
couple
well
of teams
themselves.
that always seem to need that one game to get into it.
Yeah.
Made Matter being
That's
one
true.
of them.
Yeah, that's true.
If they play the first game of the day, almost anyone can beat them.
Yeah, maybe not us.
Maybe I wouldn't go that far. Yes, but a lot of people.
So guys, the reason we have a delay is that Syndron is just quickly restarting his PC, as he does have a bit of a lag issue. I am not in an aquarium. I'm
the Jebro fish.
8-bit, apparently, for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that.
Going retro. Going retro.
I'm going retro. We're back to the hipster comments.
Hipster Jebro. Hashtag hipster Jebro. I like it. Yeah, so currently, if we have a look at the all-important thing, except for just the cash prize for this one tourney, which is a prize pool of 500 euros. is, of course, the Go4 point ranking. And if we have a look, currently, of course, with the win last summer round, we have Made a Matter on top. They are in this cup this week as well. We have Team Champignon in second with 60 points. If they don't make it out of this, that could be a significant loss of potential points for them to get one of the top 8 spots. Because that's the important thing. At the end of the month, the 8 teams with the most accumulated Go4 points will go into the monthly finals and fight for the 1,500 euros up for grabs. And that is kind of, although the cash for the weeklies is nice, I think the monthlies is kind of what the teams are going for. And that's the point where it gets really interesting in the teams that maybe don't really have that much of a chance of getting the first place. Because they are playing for getting the points, getting into the top 8, and maybe being able to make a 4th place in the monthlies and still grab up some cash.
How much was I can't actually remember how much exactly the money was for the months.
Monthly is 1,000 euros for the first place, 300 for the second, and 100 for third and fourth.
That's pretty good. That's still 100. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's not bad at all. And all of these teams that are playing today, other than the team I don't really know, have a massive chance of being in that.
Yeah, what
some money for the month.
Wagner has returned?
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at their roster.
An Italian team, apparently.
I don't know any of
yeah,
but fair enough.
Don't know any of them either.
I like their name. That's for sure. So yeah, we are still waiting. We do have everyone in the map, and yes, you can.
Yes, you what?
So I was talking in map chat. They can ready up. That is the question they were asking. We are on the second game of the Guild Wars 2 Go4 Cup qualifiers. Quarterfinals round qualifiers. Wow, that escalated quickly.
Qualifiers for what?
We're on the Legacy of the Profile map. I'm just going to continue, so my mistake was completely overridden. And Cheese Mode are 1-up versus Team Champignon. If you have just joined us, let people know, tweet it out, tell the world that we are doing some Guild Wars 2.
Scream it from the rooftops.
Money. Scream it like it's your last day. Hey, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to kill time.
Sometimes you just get lost in your sentences. Although I do too. So, well, on both sides. But we have enough rambling for today, or at least for now. I think there is a lot of rambling ahead of us. We do have Cheese Mode winning the first match. They could win this quarterfinal right now on this map on Fofire versus Mush, who have the chance to equalize the score.
Indeed, and we're not going to see a very offensive Cheese Mode actually here, but we are going to see potentially Lib going for going for that waterfall to try and keep that decapped. But we have got a potential. I haven't actually had a look. Stealth maneuver from Frez and also Karzez. He's going to come in and finish off Ilb really, really fast. I think 3 versus 1 at the moment. He might be able to get away here. Not too sure. He's not good. He's definitely not going to try it. Might just try and keep the node decapped actually. Oh wow, Frez is he's gonna go over to Toad. Toad is actually going to advance over to Waterfall, and Ilb doing a fantastic job in his survival there. That was epic from him, especially with that stealth. And Ilb's actually going to bail off the point, oh no, he's just going to chase off Frez, I think, and he's going to come back here to help out Toad. Now this is a good situation for them, and I think over time they could possibly kill them. Not too sure. I have to have a look at mid, where we have seen Lypion, who has gone into death, and he will be out of this game, respawning shortly. He's gone into death. I was going to say downstate, but he's actually completely out. With Frez currently versus Syndrome and Prototype as well, getting the caps, and I think feels like they might get this cap in time. Over on the Quarry, we do have a 1v1 situation. Hibify is versus Tompak at the moment. Of course, we've seen Hibify take a couple. I think we saw him take one 1v1, but Tompak was out of cooldowns and whatnot, so we'll have to watch on that one. And so, yeah, at the moment on the map, we have only one cap coming in, and that is for Team Champignon at the moment.
Yeah, this one really, really well for Mush, because Cheese Mode seemed a little bit unsure as to where they actually want to go with that. Stomp coming up, Syndrome therefore rarely. So again, the upper hand on the midpoint for Champignon. They just getting one stomp after another. The respawn comes in, but another one is already downed. Now, Kaze is disengaging. We have the stomp on Lippy on that. No, Kaze is trying to keep it neutral for as long as possible, but he can't really be caught out there. Will he go in again? No, giving it up. Double cap early for Mush. Going on Tompac. Oh, almost going down in a 1v2 against Hibify. Kaze joining in to apply some damage to Syndrin now maybe, but Hibify is going down. Fredina from the side, not coming into Ninja Res, but just to... Oh, they are actually bringing down Tompac. Syndrin is almost down. The heal is up. The res is up on Hibify there. Double down state, and that could be pretty scary now for Mush. Prototype is coming in, but he won't be able to res any one of those. Running in against 3 people, keeping it capped for the time being, but I don't know if this was the correct move. Disengaging already, decap coming through, and the cap in just a couple of seconds.
He is going to probably die as well as he's on his way to mid. He has gone into Death Shroud, potentially with that fear coming out on the Death Shroud as well, taking away Hibify for a bit of time. If he can survive this is going to be a touch for him. Should be able to with Toad there. Still, trying to line the sight there. It's down to a 700 HP because this is going to just knock him out a little bit there. The knockback coming onto him as Toad tries to go down for the res. The cleave damage. Hibify does a nice move to knock him off node, which means Toad cannot go for the res. A really nice move from him. Ilbs comes in to try and get the res, but there's so much damage down on the corpse of Tear that he is going to go out of this game. We are going to see Cheesemode come back with a 2-cap now with What's Up Frez and also Drazzy holding those side notes.
Now they're really going for the pressure on the midpoint. They don't even want Mush thinking about going for either the waterfall or the quarry. They are just keeping them busy. Ilb has to kind of run for his life. Tompac is chasing him just to give him a little bit of support if he gets caught out. Maybe also kind of a good idea to move the fight over to one of the side points. Just going the long way around, now running into the hands of Jose. Maybe no, Kaze trying to escape, but running into the hands of Ilb. Is he going to be able to get some conditions on him? Not yet. The dodges are coming back to a little bit of health and just going aggressive on Syndrin with that low damage activate. Oh, running into the line of warding there. Now trying to get through and actually managing to live. That was remarkable. Really, you have to really time the dodges if you're basically one hit away from death.
And just as a note as well, Ilb has gone into the kind of classic Dagger build now, going for the regular utilities and also that heal. So he's gone out of the Signet mode. Yeah, he's changed. When he goes to Ilb, this is his regular Dagger. Because I think he was suffering a lot in that last game because there was a lot of damage. There's not much defensive utility with that build he was playing. So he's obviously gone for things like Armor of Earth, Lightning Flash, and also Cleansing Fire to get rid of those conditions. So that's quite important. And having a look over now on the Quarry, which has been decapped, close to a cap for the red team, but as long as no one goes off node. And of course we are going to see a Frez did go down. Hibify is very close to going down himself, has got some burning ticks that will take him into the down state there as well. A lot of cleave coming out from the red team, doing a fantastic job. Stability stomp on Hibify, he's going to be down, and we are going to see, it looks like
what is going on with the thieves? What is going on with the thieves today? Just
look at red team, Nick. Look at the way they're just focusing hard. They're moving as one group, just sectioning off people, and they split Lypeon and Kazes off. And that was really nice movement from the red team. That was good stuff.
Oh, Ilb now trying to move it over. They want to split them. They want to split them up. It hasn't gone too well in the team fight before. Ilb now moving over with Freyed, Reze coming in for the support. Now he needs to be careful that he doesn't get caught there, doesn't get just downed somewhere in the middle of nowhere. We have 2 people on the midpoint. They could potentially help him if he manages to get there, moving towards him. There comes the Condi Cleanse. There comes a little bit of healing. And now 4 people from Cheese Mode moving into the midpoint. 3 to defend. That is a lot of pressure. They need to be careful. And Ilb is just continuously running for his life.
Yeah, he is. He's getting focused up. I think they think he's still in that that Signet build, that build to take down, which is easy. Although I think Ilb is slightly out of position here because obviously their respawn, they knew that was happening. Why he was going towards their respawn point, I have no idea. A little bit of unluckiness there. But look at the decap that's just happened. Syndrin getting that decap over on Waterfall. He could probably just leave this, to be honest. He'd rather survive because Ilb is out. He needs to get out. He doesn't need this 1v1 at the moment. He doesn't need to get it. He just wants to keep maybe trying to get that bufferage of the points that they've got. But knowing that he is coming back into the map now, so it's okay. And Cheesemo doing the sensible thing and going over towards the quarry, which is what they needed to do a little bit earlier to make sure that they probably could have come back a bit more in points. We are almost 100 points exactly for Team Champignon at the moment. Ted Prototype has just gone down over towards the quarry area. Syndranir looking over the midpoint just as we have everyone coming in for support over on the quarry. And we will see the advance slightly maybe of Cheesemo. No, looks like they were just warding off Tompac there. But Ilb coming onto the side of the quarry at the moment. Toad really under pressure here. Needs to get on point to try and keep that point contested so that it isn't going to go into the hands of Cheesemo. So they can just keep any kind of lead that they do have, which is just under 100 points at the moment. Cheesemo slowly coming back with it just because of the kills, really.
At the moment, both teams are doing similar things, which is
yeah,
they are looking for the off-point fight while the enemy team is ahead in capture points. And as soon as they catch one person out, they group up with 4 men and push for 1 point. And I think 3 times now managing to catch just 1 person going for the defense, and that's just not enough. If you have 4 people pushing, you need to move quickly to defend. This way, just one is going down before the rest of the group gets there, giving an immediate advantage to the aggressive team there.
And at the moment in this fight over here, I mean, it's good that they've kind of recovered a bit, Champignon, to a degree, and they've actually came back and they're actually taking him down. Lypion now, 2nd time down over on this node. Hobify is really low, can't go for that res, trying to regenerate any kind of HP that he can. He did a really good job there, and to be honest, Frez did a fantastic job of supporting the team as well. I mean, the support that's coming out for both these teams at the moment, like how the Guardians and the Ellies are like rallying behind their team to make sure that they're still up, is just immense. Hibify making a little bit of a mistake there, maybe trying to go for some damage. Oh no, might take Syndranir down. He's in the down state. Hibify is back up actually. Cuz is down. Syndranir, who's going to get the res? Is he going to get Syndranir up? He's back up. Cleave damage and blasting coming out all over the place onto Kaz's body, and he's going to be taken out. Hibify going down again as well. Frez is kind of caught in a situation where he needs to just escape rather than trying to point at the moment.
Yeah, we did have a decap from Ilb on the waterfall point. Just every time Cheesemo tries to do something, Mush splits up. They try and divide the entire team across the map, going for really the aggression on the 3 points when it suits them. Now in a 1v1, that doesn't seem to be going that well for Ilb at the moment. In mid, we do have a decap, but only point income currently the quarry, and Frelina wants to do something against that. Kaze is just trying to keep him busy. No, is he? Is he? There we go. Immobilize coming up on prototype. Him not quite able to get on point just in time. We do have a strong lead for Champignon, but now it doesn't really look too good. Are they able to get the cap? He died off point. Toad coming in from the side. We do have the block ability, but no real immobilize on him. No real CC. Therefore, cap switching over to the blue team. Cheese mode now may be able to make up a little bit of that lead.
Yeah, at the moment I think they're doing quite just one cap. I mean, the thing is, red team could actually just get the they could just go for the Lord if they get into trouble here and they can't actually pick up the other nose. Syndranir down state, waterfall. Ilb's trying to get him up. Lopion's doing a really good job with the CC over there actually, and I don't know, I might be able to take Ilb down actually. It needs to be careful because Draze is coming in as well.
No, Draze is not going to make, not going to let the 2v1 play out. Syndranir went down. Ilb had to disengage definitely with the incoming Draze, and now going towards mid, but needs to be careful not to run into the hands of the rest of Cheesemo, because they have grouped up on the midpoint. They have the double cap at the moment, and it looks like, oh, triple cap coming out. Are they gonna be aggressive towards the Lord now? They will be in Lord range in just a couple of seconds, but they could also play it safe. Just due to the tankiness.
Thinking about it, maybe. I mean, Ilb going for potentially going for that damage on the gate now because it is quite low. There you go. He's going to finish that off, but Syndran is coming as well, so they're going to go for a 2. Here we go. Tompac as well. They're going to be going for this fast Lord, but we do see the engage on the blue Lord. I'll keep an eye on the blue Lord, Nick, if you keep an eye on the red, because we've got engages on both at the moment.
I'm switching around, but we see Mush going a lot more aggressive on that Lord. Now we have Cheesemo coming through, 3 players as well, managed to gather up quite a bit,
They got
and
50%.
that is almost going down. No, we have the heal interrupted, and there goes,
30,
no, the heal's coming,
20,
is it it?
blue
The
lock
heal
down.
came through!
Red team.
No interrupt on the red launch, we had it down to 20%, as you said, 50
no.
on the blue one, and then the heal came through, the support from the caster minions on the side, not getting them down quite quick enough, therefore, red team now picking up the first win for them, making it 1-1, and we're going into a third map.
There we go. Team Champignon coming back in the second game, as per usual. I'm not sure they came back in the second game on the ESL, actually. I think they... Can't remember. I'll have to double check, actually. Like you say, it kind of rolls into one sometimes because we casted so much at the moment. Need to write these results down.
I'm closing my window.
God, I thought you fell on over or something. Nick died on stream. No, Nick's okay. So 1-1, Mush, i.e., aka Team Champignon, taking another game, taking their first game, sorry, against Cheese Mode with the 1-1 now. And we are going to be going into a third game on the Battle of Kylo map, which of course we know has no get out of jail free card, i.e. Lord Kill, Boss Kills, stats, anything like that. No buffs which are going to help you to change the game round, other than 2 trebs which are on the left and the right side, close to their spawns, of course, with repair kits on the opposite side of the map, so they can get that back up if that is destroyed. You can use the treb to take out your enemies, as well as causing interrupts and knockbacks. So if there is anyone downed on points, sometimes that's nice to use to get them to dodge and decrease the survivability of the opposite team. To use it just as a damage potential as well on points, and to make people dodge, of course, because dodging is one of the main survival mechanics in Guild Wars 2. So not too bad. We do see it used by different people, normally mesmers, sometimes thieves, or anyone that drops out of a spawn. They might drop and use it on the first engage into the mid, just to get that extra vantage point for anyone that's doing any kind of range damage, i.e. thieves, necros, and anyone else, really.
Quite often we also see just one person right off the bat when we see the split. Sometimes just going for the trebuchet to get one shot off, one shot in the general direction of the clock tower, just to get the terrain changed, to have the top of the clock tower exploding and get the advantage of being able to stand on the ledge on the side, because especially for prototype, that is a good point to be on.
One of the best points for him to be on, yeah.
If they are engaging on the clock tower. Otherwise, he has to make do with the side ledges, the side points of the clock tower, which is always a bit easier to get to.
Yeah, I mean, you can line the sight as well quite nicely there, but if you're planting the AoE down stuff, so you can get caught with it. So it's nice, like kind of saying, to get that opening up, so that you can, of course, just do that easy range. And with Necro as well, you know, you can kite around there as quite well and just lay down these fears and potentially put someone down onto the floor below, get some damage on them, say like a warrior or something. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get back up. And by that time, he's probably done a lot of the damage he was going to do anyway. We are just waiting for Hibify. Hibify is back in the game, and just going to ask them to go when ready. Wow, that's spelling. Go Juan. Juan. Let's go Juan ready.
Whenever you want.
And the replacements on the side of Cheese Mode, actually. So not replacements, but Purple Kaze is playing a role which hasn't been filled yet for Cheese Mode. Is doing a really fantastic job. More so was very noticeable on the Fire map, of course, and Dreze coming in playing Warrior, normally playing Mesmer for Purple Smokers. So that's 2 changes, just to note, guys, in the chat and anyone that is watching at home.
Zura looks his Savari looks a bit creepy, to be honest. Just want to mention that. Just freaked me out there a little bit.
The all black eyes.
Yeah.
Darkness inside Dreze's heart is obvious. But he's got a light hammer, so it looks, you know, even
contrast
is the balance. Contrast, yeah, that's good contrast.
Yeah.
So we are just waiting for the guys to ready up. Only one person left to do that, and we will be starting this game. Otherwise, Nick, how do you think this is going to go? I mean, I'm feeling a Champignon comeback at the moment. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, it might just be the way you described it earlier, with Champignon not being that brilliant on the first matches they play.
Yeah. Exactly, and Forest. Maybe it's just Forest as well.
Well, Forest is most of the time the first match they play, so
exactly, it's true.
Depends on whether they are just warming up or just don't like the map. One of the two, it is gonna be. I'd have to say, judging from the last game, even though we were kind of close and Mush almost managed to give it away last second with giving up a triple cap there. I'm still feeling Mush on this one.
Yep, we're gonna see as we come out into the Battle of Carlo. Third game, Cheese Mode versus Champignon. 1 game each. This is the last game to get them into the semi-finals, and we're going to be going into the splits.
Exactly, and the splits are going to be, we do have Prototype and Tompack going for the windmill, making it a little bit more safe. Syndrina going a little bit of a different route there to maybe also catch advancing people from the blue team off guard. Ilp going for the 1v1 against Draze, and he is being left alone by Frelina, who is just engaging to the midpoint, and 3 people now on their way to that one. We do have Trebuchet, Thief is on there, Kazer shooting into the midpoint, so Cheesemont really going for the mid fight and wanting to win that.
Yeah, which is looking pretty good for them at the moment. I mean, Tompack has got he's got Armor of Earth up, so so they've got some stability and whatnot. So then there is no interrupts really and knockbacks coming out there much. Prototype is in a perfect position, like you said earlier. He's in one of the gaps on the side in the window, so he's able to put a lot of cleave damage down on the node and get a lot of conditions. But the thing is, no one from the red team is going over to this Trev, and Toad is getting really hurt. Probably needs to rotate out. He's actually gone down. Tompack in the position where he has been knocked off node, needs to stay on, although Lipion has gone down. He's got no stability though. No knockback coming out from anyone. Lipion did get his number 2 ability off, but the down comes out from Prototype with the Plague Stomp, and Toad is back on node. So even though they had that pressure from the trip, not able to take advantage of it just because of the sheer amount of support and stability that came out from Tompack and Toad there.
Yeah, Syndrina tried to help out on the 1v1, which is now gone into a 2v2 against Draze. Toad coming in with the res. Draze might just go down in a second. Is he going to get the res? It looks good, but we do have the poison on Syndrina's Stomp coming up on Draze. First one is interrupted. This is going to be close. The res is through. And we do have Syndrina immediately going aggressive on Kazer. Lipian coming in from the side, of course, with the respawn. And in mid, we just have an Ellie 1v1.
The excitement of the Ellie 1v1, although Tompack isn't on the good side of this at the moment because his cooldowns were low, and a lot of bursts came out from Frey there as he is at 23 might stacks at the moment, which is really good for him. And compared to Tompack, that isn't as good. He's not able to do as much damage, and he's just focusing on survival, even using his Signet heal to get off a little bit more HP, which actually kind of paid off for him in the end. But any abilities he's using now won't be giving him much healing, but he is in that water attunement, which will do that. The nice timing there from Syndrina to come in and kind of support, really, if anything, to try and get some damage down onto Fred to push him off node and to keep the focus off him, although he's kind of in the down state now, no kind of about it, he's in it. And actually Team Champignon, 80 points now, they are going down, but it looks like Cheesemon might pick up this midpoint.
Well, but either way, both teams are still holding strong on the mansion. Ilp and Toad aren't going to be that easy of a target. Kazer, though, just a little bit of burning on him, and it's get difficult for him. Bursts on Toad. Kazer going on first. Lipion, is he going to be able to go for the rest? No, just battle standard, that one. Kazer back up with that. No stability helps you if the battle standard just brings him back up, but the damage is immediately back on Kazer. We have the refuge for try to disengage, but the burning is all over that refuge. He needs to stay in. Burning still on him, but we do have the condition removed afterwards. Healing ability now ready and ready for the next engage. Maybe a bit too aggressive, but going for the Guardian instead of just the Elementalist, where it could eat a lot of AoE damage.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I think it's just Lipion maybe trying to just see C, and maybe there's some interrupts at the same time, because they know that it's so over on this mention node, which is it's so difficult, because you'd really give it to the red team because they've got the outlasting like support here. But if Ilp can stay a little bit closer to Toad. Oh, Hibify coming in there with the magnet pull on the toolkit. Can they take down Karzes? They can't. Tompack comes in as well as Syndrina. We've got all 4 members of the red team here at the moment, because Ted Prototype has indeed taken out What's Up Frez over on the windmill, which means he might push the mid just as that respawn is happening. Toad potentially going to get the down there. Actually, not sure he did. He's gone down himself just on off point. So much cleave damage and whatnot I saw there.
We do
Oh,
have the
look at
refuge.
Lipion with that knockback out of the SR for Syndra, and Ilv is going to come back onto Toad. He's going to be able to get that res. Nice res from the red team. No one
going down
unknown.
inside, Lipion going for the stomp. We do have the first pod. 3 people rallying all around him to get him back up. Immediate dodge there, and Lipion trying to get them, to keep them down. Took a lot of damage. Healing Signet is doing the best it can. Of course, also the support from his teammates on the side. Hippify at its best. Maybe Ilp getting back up. We do have the poison on him. Double down stay. Lipion is just being cleansed and immediately gotten back up. And that with Syndra now down, Toad down. We do have Ilp in Vapor form. He's going to be down as well. And this looks like a complete 4-man wipe for Team Mush. Now is really the chance for Cheese Mode to get back in the game and do something against that strong lead which has been built up by Champignon.
I actually thought Champignon was going to take this fight, actually, to be fair. But, you know, with that respawn of Frez coming out and, you know, different people just coming back into the point, they had fresh cooldowns and whatnot, and that kind of benefited them, actually, in the end. I mean, my Windmill is okay at the moment. We just saw Syndra having a quick look. Red team are going to regroup because they have kind of full teamwork. Now they're going to kind of...
Tompek did a brilliant job on surviving there. Keeping the point neutral for so long and just Vapor forming on it after he got updrafted off point.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, did a good job there. It's going to be interesting now how Cheesemo come back into... I think they're just going to go for the 2-cap keep. I think Purple Cuz is kind of wandering around the Treb. It's a bit of a chilled moment right now, other than the death of Hibify that's kind of happened over towards the clock tower. Syndra and the rest of the red team going up to the point now. Toad's going to try and initiate that fight quite quickly, putting up that... Oh, the nice ball was good, but Dresser did have some stability there, which meant that he wasn't going to be... kept off the point for very long.
Trebuchet from both sides. Ilp on the red one and Kazer on the blue one. I'd say that's a bit in favor, at least for the choice of people on the trap. Having a thief on there because he can be in the action a little bit quicker and you're not missing that much support. But it looks like, oh, nice knockback on Frelina there. It doesn't really matter that much anymore for Cheese Mode. We have Tompek on there with a Fiery Greatsword, manages to get there quite quick because they're still trying to get a shot off. But there's no one to be hit on mid.
Not at the moment. They have indeed withdrawn, and it looks like even Hibify tried to go for a little bit of aggression over the windmill, which might be a little bit of a mistake. But saying that, he has taken 2 DPS away from the fight. Hibify is down over there. They're just going to let him bleed out. You can see Syndra coming back into the map, potentially trying to go over to mid or maybe take out the Treb. I know he's gone up to mid actually at the moment. Dresser now on point for Cheese Mode with Syndra just off point. The knockback comes up from the Treb, sending Tompek flying as well. So they need to maybe sort of think about trying to take out Purple Kazis, because if they're going to only attack... Oh no, they are actually attacking the mansion point as well. We only see at the present Lipion over here because Dresser is actually on the Treb. So we're going to see a 3v1 situation coming out. Although we have seen Kazes coming out of the Treb, he needed to do that because the Treb isn't doing a massive amount for them. It has kept them some nodes for a little bit of time, and the comeback is real. We are seeing about 30-point lead, just under 30-point lead now for Team Champignon. Toad going to take out Lipion. No, that's not going to happen. The banner comes out as well. Purple Cousins is in the down state. Not sure he's going to go out. The snowball finisher is also real. The damage on this point at the moment is unbelievable. Lipion going into the down state. It's not going to get rest, I don't think. He's going to be taken out by Toad. Ilm is going to go down. The Toad low HP.
Died just a second after the stomp on Lipion, therefore not rallying. Vapor form now to negate a little bit of that damage. Toad going in for the rest. Do we have a poison on him? Just a knockback on there. Toad disengaging before he gets caught by the knockback, but by himself, and probably not going to be able to get Ilp up. He just has to disengage on that one point. Will be staying in the hands of Cheese Mode there. Frelina is currently keeping it neutral in a 1v1 against Prototypes, and coming in from the side, not waiting for his HP to regen, just going in immediately, and that with the engage of Kaz there might have been a huge mistake to reveal himself so early, just trying to use the short bow dodge, but getting caught between dodges. Tompek coming in for the res, immediate cleanse of the poison. No poison back on him. The field Prototype still trying to do it with a plague form, but it's just too much damage from the side of Cheese Mode.
Yeah, it's going to go down.
do
He's on
anything there.
39%, 39 HP, not percent, 39. Syndronid down off node. Teb Prototype stuck in between. The thing is, Cheese Mode have options. You know, they can go for one person. They've chosen to go for Prototype, which means Syndronid can come back out. He's gone into SR. He's going to apply some pressure now onto Purple Castles. Purple Castles is going to go into down state. Teb Prototype will rally him if he goes down, though. He's rallied. We are going to see Purple Castles. There's still a lot of pressure. He's going to go down off point to Syndronid and Tompac. Good job there. Ilb just off node. No one's on the point to get any caps, which might be nice, but they do prefer to go for the down on Purple Castles. He's going to be cleaved out with that fire attunement from Tompac. A nice AoE cleave damage there. And this windmill point still open, but because of the amount of focus that's come onto the windmill from Red, they've lost the mid cap.
And our Prototype is probably going to be going for the midpoint fight, because there he can take the most, the biggest advantage out of his fears. Marsh manages to clear up the windmill at the next point of aggression, at least if he gets... Oh, he gets a decap even without the fears? Where has Hibify gone? He was around here somewhere. Prototype is just laying down his marks for a possible engage from the enemy team, is waiting for it, but nothing is happening. We do again have Purple Kaze on the trap, now maybe going in. Hibify pushed him down, getting caught by a trebuchet shot, and the damage is real there. The decap happened, but the rest of Mush is still busy somewhere else with the trebuchet and two people on mid. Prototype is not going to be able to do much, but Ilp now coming in from the side. Sunduna within refuge rest there. Ilp coming also, and there we go. 3 people now ready for an engage on Hibify, and that could do it fairly quickly, although he did do a lot of damage on Syndrina and Prototype while they were all together rezzing.
This game is unbelievably close at the moment. We have 9 points in it. That's kills at the moment. 2 kills, and that's back Team Champignon back in the game. Toad really kind of out of position over on the mansion, not able to give support to his team. Of course, we do have 2 elementalists, which means that's quite good. Teb Prototype coming in with Syndra there as well over on the mansion. That's not going to be good for Karzez, who might go down. Lipion and What's Up Frez coming into the point as well. They need to try and take out Karzez really quickly, who is actually doing an amazing job. Just going down as Lipion comes in. No one trying to get that stun. Oh, the down comes out to Purple Cars is really close. I think he was, you know, just millimeters away from being res there. Teb Prototype, trying to pick out a word there. Teb Prototype doing a good job of just staying off node to offer up some damage on point, while Toad is going to keep that point contested. We've got 9 points in the game at the moment, guys.
Knockbacks here, but we do have this ability coming up from the Earth Armor on Tompac, coming onto the point, but 2 people now there to deal with Hibify. Syndrina in there as well. Do we have? Do we still have the supply crate there? There it comes. Supply crate giving him some time. Double immobilized. Nice with the knockback. A little bit of condition on Syndrina, actually doing a brilliant job. The flame turret gets the burning on Syndrina, trying to get into the refuge to get a little bit of heal, and he is going down. Hibify, but in a lot of trouble against the 1v1 against Tompac. Now Syndrina is just trying to get himself back up, because he was of course in the stealth refuge, trying to get a little bit away from the point so that Hibify can't really do that much. Kaza coming in from the support. Hibify getting Tompac down to the side so he doesn't res, still on point. Kaza trying to get the cap. Tompac can't go for the res, and just a couple of grenades are going to finish off Syndrina.
This is not good for, unfortunately, Champignon. This is a bad time for them to start wiping, because they've got mid, but at the moment Teb Prototype is really low on HP in the Plague form, doing a nice job, but he's then going to have to go into Death Shroud. 2.5k health left with burning ticks, bleeding ticks, and also poison. He's not going to be in the game for much longer. He's got his heal, not able to use it because of the interrupt, and we are going to see some treb action. Pardon me, coming in as well. Can Syndrina get on the points and save Prototype? Can't stealth him because he'll lose the node.
That is the wrong move from Mush. They're going for the trebuchet at this point in time, because Prototype is going down and they need a body on the point. They don't need the trebuchet assistance in mid. They need somebody who can be on the point. Currently Syndrina is not that person. Syndrina just going down, trying to keep the cap as long as possible. The stomp is going to bring Cheese Mode a little bit sooner towards this win as well. Does the decap on mid. Nobody from the red team coming in. We do have Ilp trying to go for the decap, but Livion is fast enough. Fiery Greatsword isn't going to help you much, and you're also not going to be able to knock him off enough to get the decap. Double cap coming out, and this looks like a pretty sure thing for Cheese Mode now.
And really, just because of a bad rotation from Champignon, they needed the Elementalist in mid. If he'd gone to mid, I feel like Champignon maybe could have won this game. That
At
pressure,
least they would have been within a chance.
Yeah. But like, that was Yeah, just a bit of a misrotation, and that's all it takes. You know, at that stage of the game, your rotations have got to be on point, and unless they can get a mansion decap, it's not going to happen, and we are going to see a kill coming out, which is going to finish the game, making Cheese Mode going through to the semi-final of the ESL Go4 Guild Wars 2 Cup.
Yeah, that is correct. So, Mush, second place last time around, picked up 60 points for that. Now are only gonna get, is it? Yeah, 25 points.
20. Oh, okay. Right, that's it.
So
And they're going to be Cheese Mode. We got some fantastic games.